Hello, welcome back to my channel. My name's Leonie, aka Stitching Noni, and today is Tuesday, the 21st of October 2025, and I'm back for a weekly update. So I did do one last week where it was basically nearly 6 months worth of progress, however long it was, I can't remember. I haven't changed. My brain still doesn't work half the time, but we're going to attempt a weekly schedule of updates now. I'm just going to see how we go. I'm not sure whether I will have enough content to do a weekly one, but I'm going to try at least for the next couple of weeks, see how I go while I'm on leave. And then when I retire, I love that word, retirement. Oh God, it's so nice. So when I retire, if I do manage to get a decent amount of stitching in each week, I can hopefully continue with a weekly update. If not, it'll be a fortnightly one, but let's see how we go. So today, Flosstube number 61. As I said, today is the 21st of October, so this update ranges from the 13th of October, which was when I did my last video, to yesterday, the 20th of October 2025. I'm going to keep looking down to my notes. Stitches are for the week 3,497. All I needed was 3 more stitches. I would have had 3,500 stitches for the week, which is pretty impressive. Pretty impressive. I worked on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 projects. Even more impressive. So, and they range from small to half decent amount of progress. So I'll get into that and show you what I've worked on, shall I? First cab off the rank will be Haunted House. So I'll just reach over here and grab Haunted House. So Haunted House, I will put up pictures of what it looked like before. I will put up pictures of what the design is and everything while I'm fiddling around getting my projects out. I'll just pop that there because it's a shared bag. So, Haunted House. I started this on 24th of December 2023 because I fell in love with it and I couldn't wait till the following Halloween to start it. This week, I've touched it once, which was the 13th of October, and I did 207 stitches. Now, I will put up, obviously, what it looked like from well, you would have seen it in the last video anyway, because I did a update on everything. But the 207, now where, I should have put this on before because I can't remember where I worked. I know I went everywhere, so I'm just going to go back to my previous photo. Where did I work? Just did, oh, yep, okay. So by the looks of it, mainly around here doing some fill-in. So with a bit of luck, that is come up, and you've seen what it looked like before. So 207 stitches is hardly, you can't really see what I've done. This is currently now sitting at 13,149 stitches out of 520,625. Little way to go. So I'm currently sitting at 2.53%. My goal for 2025 for this is 3%. So all I need is another 2,470 and I will get my goal for the year. I have plans to work on this for a week up until Halloween. So I will start on the 25th doing hopefully about 200, 250 a day from the 25th to the 31st of October, which hopefully will bring me up into a area or up into line to get my goal on this for the year. It's a stitched on 28 count Lugana, 1/1 full cross. I love this. Just absolutely love it. So pretty. So pretty. So yeah, so we'll see whether I get the goal. I'm hoping I will, but if not, if I don't get it by I won't get it by the end of October, but I will try and do something in the sense that by the time I get to it in November and December, I'll work out what stitches I need to actually make it to that goal. So keeping fingers crossed I'll still get that goal. Now, I bought out one the other day, which I haven't stitched on for a little while. And the reason I bought it out is, come on. Let me have a look at what I want to look at. I don't know where that is in my little pictures. This is probably going to be a bit horrendous because I'm trying to find a way that I can make it work, and I know what I'm talking about, or look like I know what I'm talking about anyway. So I bought out Mini Paris Morning. This is also a HAED. This is by Uliana Babenko. I started this on the 17th of December 2023. Now, the reason I bought this out last week was I purchased some like Pacos, but they're the cheaper version, which I think I'm going to go back to Pacos because they're okay, but I'm a bit nervous because a couple of them, when I took them out of the packets, the little thing that you put your thread around had broken, so it makes me a bit nervous that they may not be long wearing. So certainly for some of my bigger one, HAEDs or full coverage, may have to go to the real packer, but we'll see. But anyway, so what I did is I took the threads out of their little plastic baggies that I had normally put these in, and I put them onto the things. So while I had it out, I thought, you know what? Let's get some stitches in. I've got it out. I might as well have a play. So I did. So I did 3 days on this and managed to put in 1,046 stitches, which brings it up to now a total of 12,626 stitches out of 78,790. Sorry, 78,975 stitches. So it's currently sitting at 15.99%. You know the best bit of this? My goal for this for 2025 was 15%. I have now hit my goal. This goal is complete. I am really pleased that it's like, yes, I can do it. I can do this stuff. This is stitched on 25 count easy guide Lugana 1/1 full cross. All my HAEDs, all my full coverage is all 1/1 full cross. I can do 10 stitch obviously, but I can't, the head can't get around doing one way and then counting, and it's all right for small amounts of stuff, but I can't do it on this. So all of my full coverage is going to always be 1/1 full cross. My brain likes easy. So where did I work on for this? Well, it's a bit all over the place, but as you will see from the before picture, I have come down here. So I'm going down now to the end of the page, and I believe it is around here because I think I took it. Maybe I didn't. I'm not even going to say anything about page breaks. I really should have a look at that before that's another thing I need to put in my little bit here off to the side is where the page breaks are. Yeah, that might make life easier. So anyway, so I did come down here and I did some more work over here and in here, which you can't really see because it is really 3865. So I think it's 3865, but that's where I'm at with this one, which you can see. So I'm really pleased that I've got the goal on that. That can now go away for the year. It may come out again. You never know. I'm not going to hold myself to that one because I've hit my goal. Do not ask me why I have a Halloween grime guard on it. It's the only grime guard I had to fit at this particular setup for the Q-snap. So yeah, goal achieved. Tap myself on the back for that. Did I have to tell you anything about that? No, that's it. That one can go over there. Okay, so I did with Mini Paris Morning put all of my threads into the little new way of holding all my full coverage thread. So I also then did another one like that, and I thought, what one am I going to do? What shall I do to make my life easier? So I worked on Sanura. So Sanura is now also set up in the new way with all of the things, which meant I thought, well, while I've got Sanura out doing that, I might as well do some stitches on her. So Sanura, I started on the 28th of the 12th, 2021. This is a HAED and the artist is Jasmine Becket Griffiths. I have a goal for this one for the year of 7%. I need another 1,840 stitches. I'm going to try and see if I can get that. But I had it out for 3 days and I did 1,057 stitches in 3 days. So really happy with that. Basically, it was 3371 and 310 and it was all up here, as you'll see from the before photo. If I leave it like that for a second, you'll be able to see it. So all I did was work in this area, all around in here. So yes, I know I've got blank areas up there, but I'll get to that. I just thought I would do some good sort of block stitching to bring the numbers up quickly, and that's where I ended up being. Now this is done on 25 count Lugana, 1/1 full cross. As I was stitching in here, I was cursing myself that this is not on gridded fabric because I kept losing count in amongst all these dark bits and stuff. But as far as I know, I haven't made any boo-boos. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. So it took a little bit longer because I was really being very careful about how I was doing it. And that's why it's not really in full rows going across and things, because I'm sort of like going, right, well, I've done 310 and there's a gap. Let's go to 3371 till I get to that gap. And I'm sort of trying to work around the gaps and things of the different colors. But pleased with that. So fingers crossed, I can get the 7% goal on this one for the year. That'd be really awesome. But we'll see what happens. See what happens. But if I can do, 1,000 stitches in 3 days, then I need, just under 2,000 stitches. Maybe I can bring it out and have a go and see if I can get it. So, fingers crossed. Okay, I'm just going to pause for a sec because I just need to rearrange a few things. Okay, right. Now, the next one. This one is my Friday stitch. So this is Flamingo in Flowers, which is a Stitches So Beautiful charting. Eder Rosa is the artist. I stitch on this on every Friday, and so far I've been very good, and I've managed to at least get a couple of hundred stitches on a Friday night on it, depending on what's going on. But yeah, sometimes I can stitch on it all day, sometimes it's just Friday night. The goal for this one is 10%. I only need 228 stitches to get that. I will get that goal this week. Absolutely will get that goal. So last Friday I did 257 stitches, and I've lost me before photo. Where's it gone? There it is. So my before photo will show what it looked like, but basically I worked in this area and got mostly 939 in from memory. I think I did fill in, yes I have done, I've also filled in some little bits in here, but yeah, I love this. And the flamingo's on here now after I found it the other day. I just absolutely love it. The colors, every time I look at this flower, I just think, oh my goodness, it's so beautiful. And it is stitching up really, really quickly. Really quickly. I love it. It does give me a lot of confidence to do some more Stitches So Beautiful designs after, because I have got a couple of Eder Rosa Ladies in the Field ones that I really like. So this one gives me a lot of confidence to maybe try doing those next year, but we'll see. I want to get some more work on this one first. So I started this on the 6th of June this year, so to get up to what have I got, 6,172 stitches so far of the 64,000, and I'm at 9.64%. So as I mentioned, I've only got another 200 plus stitches to get my goal for the year. So I'll be well over my goal for the year for this one, which would be really good. I like that. That's on 25 count Easy Guide Lugana, 1/1 full cross. Okay, so Then what I did is earlier this last week, whenever it was, no, over the weekend, I don't know, my brain doesn't work. So I did bring out Descants again because I needed to just get a little bit more on that for the month. Now, as I mentioned in my video the other day, I've tried to work out what's the best way to do the goal for Descants. I'm not going to make the 6-page goal. I was hoping I could give it a go. So October's been a bit of a test for me to see if I could get 500 plus stitches on this every day to hit that 6-page goal. It ain't happening. Even when I've just worked on this solely, I've only done one day in the month to get 500 stitches for various reasons, where the stuff's been going on. I've been really tired and I haven't been managing to get started earlier in the day. So there's all sorts of things, or we've gone out, we've done stuff. So I've now confirmed in my head that my revised 2025 goal will be 25% of this. I'm not going to push myself anymore on it. But having said that, I'm very pleased that for October so far, I have stitched 5,129 stitches on this. So I am really, really happy with that. And I did another 570 in this week. And it's all been flower. It's all been in here in the flower. Or not all of it, but all in this area. And this one I have been basically picking the color with the highest number of stitches left and then applying it to the page. So sometimes there's a huge amount and sometimes there's none and sometimes only a small amount. And I've really liked doing it that way for this. Now, I was toying with the idea, because this page is almost finished. Once I get those fill-ins done, it's done. So then I was toying with the idea of moving the Q-snap and then doing the 2 pages here. But seeing as I've now decided I am not going for the 6 pages for the end of the year, I'm just going to continue across. So I'll move the Q-snap so that I can continue. There's a partial page here and continue across, get that whole row across, and then I will come down and do the same, move across and then come down and move across. So 25% is my goal for this year. I need another 5,704 stitches to get that. I'm currently at 18.32% on this one now. To get the 6 pages done, I need over 43,000. There is no way that's going to be done. So never mind. But I'm going to try in the between November and December to add the extra 5,000 to get that to 25% for the year. This is on 28 count Lugana Easy Guide 1/1 full cross. So I'm really pleased. The progress that I've done this month, I'm so happy with, considering, I've pretty much done almost the whole page. Not quite, but almost. So I'm so happy. And I've fallen back in love with it. So yeah, but we'll see. I don't know how much more I will get for October now, because my goal was 5,000 at least in it for October, so I've done that. So I'm really pleased. We'll talk plans shortly anyway. Then the last one for the week is Bernadette. Now, did I say that is the HAED sale 2025? I don't know if I did, but that was the HAED sale 2025. This is the HAED sale 2024. And the HAED sale is going to happen again next year for 2026. The sneak peek where they put it on with all the little stickers all over it so to hide the design has come out. And I noticed that there was a little bit of a reveal the other day. I haven't checked this morning to see. I'm not sure how often that reveal is going to come out, but I would say it must be every day they're going to reveal a little bit more every couple of days. So you can sort of see some little bits, and I'm just like, let's see what comes out. Hopefully it'll be something really good in there. I really like to have a go at actually finishing a goal for one of these in the year required, but we'll see what the actual goal is. So this is Bernadette. So Bernadette is the HAED sale 2024. It is a HAED and the artist is Richard Lorenz. So it was a crop of one of his bigger designs for Bernadette. Now, I very nearly bought the bigger design of Bernadette when it first was released, but I didn't. And I'm so glad I didn't, because this is what I really like. I think she is just her face. She is adorable. Now, I only did 360 stitches on her last night, and hopefully I don't need to look at my picture, because I've been just filling in some random stitches in her beak and finishing this off. In fact, do you know what I'm going to do? I'm taking her off the Q-snap, because I've got to take her off the Q-snap anyway, and I did think about that earlier, that I would take her off the Q-snap. So let's do it now. I should have sorted this out earlier, because I thought to myself last night I should take her off the Q-snap and move it, because I'm at a point now where I actually need the Q-snap to move. She's going to be all wrinkled. She's been in here for a little while. Be careful taking it off the... I have to change my little bits of batting. They're starting to get a bit thin in places. To go raid the box of batting. Okay, give her a shake. So I really have got a very bit of a creased little girl, but here we go. So get that organised there. Hopefully you can see what she's looking like. So this is what she looks like now. So you can see I am so close to a finish. That's all I've got to do. So close. Isn't she amazing? Love, 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 love her. She is awesome. So all I have to do now, that when I put it back on the Q-snap, is come across now and finish all of this. So what I'm going to do is I will work in all those part threads over the next few days, and then plan to have her finished by the end of the year. I just love this. And this would be my first full coverage finish when I get her done. Isn't she awesome? So yes, so the stats on hers, I did 360 stitches on her. Oh, she's got some fluff. On her last night, which, as I said, was down in this area, all around here, and filled in that. She has currently got a total of 60,215 stitches. I started her on the 2nd of January 2024. I am sitting at 92 exactly, 92% exactly. And I only need another 5,235 stitches to finish her now. So she will be done. I'm going to attempt to keep her out and work on her between now and the end of October, but I'll talk about that in plans in a minute. She's stitched on 25 count Easy Guide Lugana, 1/1 full cross. I'll just put her to one side because I will put her back on the Q-snap and I'll work on her later on today. Excuse the noise. I'll pop that all up over there. So yeah, I'm really pleased with the way she is coming along. Really, really pleased. Now I'm just going to move my iPad down here because I need that in a minute. And pen and right. Oh, 24 minutes. So I might have a sip of my coffee. And we're going to talk plans, weekly plans. So we have a week or thereabouts of October left. So my plans for the 21st to the 27th of October are Bernadette. I want to try and get at least 250 per day till the end of the month. That's going to be, we'll see what happens, but I want to try and get a minimum of 250 on her. Haunted House. So Haunted House, I want to work on that one from the 25th through to the 31st of October. So a week of Halloween, a week of Haunted House. Again, I would like to get 250 stitches per day starting on the 25th. Also though on the 25th, so you can see Bernadette's probably not going to get 250 every day, but on most days I want to try and get them. Now, on the 25th, this is showing you the starting point for a long winter's nap. I won't give you stats or anything on this one, but this will be my starting point for the 25th. So when that comes around, I will try and get a couple of hundred stitches. Now the 25th, I think is that Saturday? 25th is Saturday. So what I might try and do is just work on this and Bernadette and not Haunted House. But we'll just see. I'll just see how I go. But I want to try and get some good stitches in that one. I'm going to put that. Let's pop that over there. So that's just showing you the starting point of that one for this week. And then, of course, as you've already seen, Flamingo and Flowers will come out on Friday. So you'll see that one next week as well. So, but whatever we get on that one, a couple of hundred stitches, hopefully, for that. So that's pretty much the weekly plans. Depending on where we go, we may get some of it, we may not. Now, we'll have one other whip that will come out on Thursday. I now go up, because I have the time to do it. I never used to because I was working. There's a craft group up here. There's actually two. One on Tuesday mornings, which is the Happy Hookers, which is the crocheting ladies. I think there's some knitters in it as well, but I don't go up to that one because I don't crochet. And I want to use Tuesday actually as my recording day, because that's when my husband goes off to his art class and he does his watercolors on a Tuesday morning. So I thought that's a perfect time for me to do my videos, if I can try and keep into a regular groove. So on Thursdays though, there is a general craft group, and it is mainly ladies who do quilting, but there's a lady who does some beading. I went up there last week and just to have a look to see who they are, what they do, because I knew that there was a huge quilting group here, but it's not always a lot of the quilters are there, so it just depends. But they were just sitting in the coffee lounge having a coffee. There was a lady doing some embroidery, so she is making a cover for a basket, and she's making the little houses, like little tiny patchwork houses, and then embroidering on them and everything. So she was sitting there sewing, hand sewing. There was a lady who had some embroidery there but didn't touch it the whole time we were there because we were all talking. Another lady was just there for the coffee. She wasn't doing anything because she'd had an operation on her face, so she wasn't feeling too flash, so she ended up disappearing quite, within half an hour or so. And then that was, the other ladies were just, I'm not sure, one was crocheting. She had a big scarf or lap quilt or something on, and she was crocheting. The lady down the end wasn't doing anything, and then there was another lady who was just talking and not doing anything. So I thought, well, I'm going to go up there. I'm going to try and go up there every Thursday, but I don't know what to take. So I've got a couple of ideas. I think this week I'll take that Lizzie Kate that I'm working, because I'd like to get that finished. So I'll probably take that, and that hopefully is one that, I can talk and stitch with. I don't want to take my full coverage because one, I'd need my light and probably my magnifier as well. And it's too much to take. So I need to take small whips. So I'm thinking I will go through the boxes. I've got to go through my whips anyway, and work out what I'm going to UFO and get rid of, because there's some in there I don't think I'll ever finish. So that will be something that I'm going to work on over the next few weeks. But I thought, well, this week I'll just take up the Lizzie Kate and just see how far I get. I'm not expecting to get a huge amount of stitches in it, but I'll show it next week anyway. So yeah, that's my thoughts. We'll see how we go. So but it'd be nice. On a Saturday morning, I go up and have coffee. I don't go up every Saturday. I go up every second or third Saturday with the group of ladies in our street. It has started to. There's a few other ladies that go now too, but that's just a general coffee chit chat, and it's nice, but I always sort of like, I want to go home and do my stitching. Whereas when I was at the one on Thursday, I actually felt comfortable. There was people who, you know, you can talk craft and you have something that little bit extra in common with. So I think I'll enjoy the Thursday one more than I'll enjoy the Saturday morning one, but we'll see. See how we go. So I'll give you an update on that next week anyway. So I'm sort of thinking, well, what else can I do to fill in my video so it's not too short, but not too long? Oh, sorry, excuse me. Now, this week, I've got the perfect thing to fill it in with because I saw a post in the Pain-Free Crafts, Pain-Free Crafts Facebook group. Brain not working. Excuse me. That there was some retiring charts. Now, I don't usually worry too much about retiring charts unless it's an artist that I really like. This time round, it was Nadia Strokina and Adrian Chesterman. Now, I don't have any Adrian Chesterman, so I thought, well, I'll go and have a quick look because I have seen a couple of different ones that people stitch, like Siska, and a couple of people are stitching his. But there was nothing there that took my fancy, and I went, okay. But Nadia Strokina, now, I have already got a Nadia Strokina one, which is called Festive Dreams. And I'll put pictures up as I'm talking about that. So I bought this a little while ago, and the reason I bought it is the little dog in the corner looks a little bit like a King Charles Cavalier and a bit like my Mitzi girl. So I bought it for that. And I'm half tempted to start that one for Christmas this year. Half tempted. We'll see how we go. So then I thought, well, let's go and have a look and see what else is in the Nadia Strokina listing on Pain-Free Crafts that I might want that I might not be able to get. And guess what? There was one or two or three or four. So I bought them. So the first one I got is Village Summer. So hopefully I've got these in the right order when I'm talking about them. If not, the pictures will appear anyway. So Village Summer, it's 304 wide by 422 high. And all of the ones I got are all the ones with cats. So this one is like a little farmyard one, quite cute. Love the sunflowers, love the kitty, love the puppy. So I couldn't resist that one. Then this one is so cute. So cute. This is Unlikely Friends. So it's 400 wide by 281 high. And it is just adorable. That little ginger tabby kitten is just cute. And it's got a pumpkin and some raspberries and stuff. So, yeah, had to get that one. And then I saw this one. I went, yep, I'm having this one. So this one is Summer Play. This is 400 wide by 288 high. And another one that is really lovely. These two little kitties playing with the birds. So, yep, had to get that one. And not the final one. The next one I got was Fishbowl View. This is 307 by 400 high. And I thought, well, this is quite nice. There's a lot of blue in this one, which, yeah, there's nothing wrong with blue. It's quite cute, though. It is really cute. Those two cats watching the fish. And then this is the last one. So this one, this is called Christmas Night. It's 499 wide by 314 high. I don't know if I'd ever stitched this one, but I had to buy it anyway. It's still quite nice. I look at that blue sky and I'm like, maybe not. But it's still cute. So those are being retired, which is why I had to get them. And then I thought, you know what? While I'm here, let's go and look for something else. So excuse me a sec. I'm just going to pause and blow my nose. Sorry, I could feel a sneeze coming. So I thought I'd just deal with it before it came. And so I'm going to Flosstube itchy nose. Yes, so I thought, well, while I'm here, I'm going to go and have a look at those two on Ashwood Studios, which I keep seeing. I keep thinking to myself, I need to buy them, and now I have. First one being Cats in Love. This so reminds me. There's the cat with the darker colour striping is so like my mum. My mum's had a couple of cats with this colouring and sort of like rag dolls, but they're not, they're moggies. And so that one looks so much like mum's tabby that she's lost not that long ago. So I thought, you know what, I'm just gonna have to get it. And I have seen, I think Siski's either started it or has got it. So I thought, yep, I'm doing that one. And the next one, well, you know, there's a few people stitching this one now. This is Blooming Whiskers. Yeah, I had to. Siska's Stitches is stitching it. I think the Max Colour Stitches has got it. I'm not sure if Carla's also started it, but yeah, it's been out there, and I keep looking at it whenever I see it, certainly on the Max Colour Stitcher and Siska. They're Flosstube, and I'm like, I'm just gonna have to, I don't know when I will start that one, but I've got it now. So yeah. So that's the latest haul. But that made me think about some other haul that I probably didn't show in, or haven't showed for one reason or another. And this is something that I don't know whether I should be doing this or not in a way, but the Joan Elliott charts have now, a lot of the older ones are now coming out as PDF. And I've avoided getting them, and I've sort of tried not to do it. And then I thought, you know, let's go and have a look anyway and see what they were. So I did a couple back in middle of September. I went and had a look. I did buy a couple, and I've put one of them into Pattern Keeper already. And I had to put it in, and then I had to fiddle around because it ended up with lots of blocks of one colour. And I don't know if it's because of the quarter stitches that are in there and it's read them as separate. So I had to do a bit of fiddling around and sort that out, but I fixed it up anyway. So I thought, well, if I'm going to do that, I might as well buy the ones that I'm either got as a whip or I want as a whip. Makes sense, right? Yeah. So I did. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4. So what we're going to show is, I thought, if I'm going to do this, I'm going to show you the whips. And yes, I know I haven't stitched on these in ages, but that's okay, because, you know, now I can put them in Pattern Keeper and might encourage me to stitch on them. So the first one I'm going to stitch on, well, sorry, not stitch on, show you, is Air Goddess. Now, I've started Air Goddess. I didn't write down when I started Air Goddess. I started it a long time ago. I did start it a long time ago. So that's Air Goddess. So I've now got the PDF of that one, which I have to put into Pattern Keeper. And this is what it looks like. So this is where I'm at with Air Goddess so far. This is on a Pole Stitches fabric, and I think it was Atlantis. Oh yes, I did write down. I thought I'd found the date. 20th of January 2018. My chart, when I got it, came from the Cross Stitch Collection, issue 191, which was from December 2010. This is 28 count Joblin Atlantis from Pole Stitches. I haven't stitched on this for a couple of years. Certainly didn't do it last year. I don't think I may have done either 2022 or 2023. I may have worked on it, because I've got a funny feeling I've tried to do some stitches on it at some point in the last couple of years. So that's the starting point for that. So I'm thinking now that I've got it in and I can put it in Pattern Keeper, it might actually get a little bit more work. So that's why I thought, well, if I show it to you, maybe that means that I'm going to start holding myself accountable to getting it finished. Well, not that much accountable, but yeah. So that's Air Goddess. So that one, I'll put that away in a minute. The other one, which is the one I have put into Pattern Keeper, because this one is the closest to a finish out of my Joan Elliott's. I'm not including the Faces of Joan Elliott sale, because I don't think I'll ever get that finished, even though I know I'm very close to finishing it. But this one is Father Frost. He is so gorgeous. He is just absolutely delightful. And I did have some hope a little while ago that last year, I think, that I was going to get that finished. It didn't happen. So this one I started on the 1st of July 2019. It came from the Cross Stitch Gold magazine, issue 97. This is stitched on 32 count Opal Lagana Silver Springs by Colour Cascade Fabrics. So this is where it's currently at. So this is the closest to a finish. I've put this into Pattern Keeper and I had to fiddle around to make sure all the symbols were the right DMC. Now I've just got to go in there and mark it off. That'll be fun. But I do want to actually finish this. So I'm thinking this one will be a focus on a finish next year, so that I can get it finished. It's just adorable. Have I started any back stitching on this? No, I haven't. No, I haven't. I think I remember last time I was stitching, I just wanted to focus on the top, getting all those trees done and putting in the Krynic, which you can sort of see the little Krynic little dots everywhere, which were really annoying. They were really, really annoying. Because they were single stitches. I don't even know if you can see them. You can see the little single stitches. They're a bit frustrating, but that's, I think, why I put it down again, because I was working on that and I'm like, oh, this is driving me insane. And I've got a funny feeling that I have a boo-boo somewhere in him, in his coat, but I'm not sure. So I will spend some time putting that, setting it all up properly in Pattern Keeper so that I can actually make this a focus on a finish next year, hopefully. So then the next one, or actually the next two that I purchased for PDF are New York Style and Bella Roma. Now, the reason I got those is I have it New York Style, but I have it in the red. So this came out of Cross Stitch Gold 84. I knew that there was a black version of this and you could get the black version directly from Joan, but I just never got around to doing it because I thought I would have a look when I was ready to stitch it. Now, the black version is the one that's the PDF. So I will do a snapshot and put that up. So now I can now decide, do I decide to do it as black or red? I really like the black version. Even the sepia toning of the outline of the skyline is slightly different and stuff. So I've got a decision to make when I ever get to that as to whether I keep with the sepia toning, which goes with the other ones, or I do the black version and notice that's so that's New York. Okay, now Roma, I knew that there was a Roma. Now, I don't know whether I ever saw it just on the Joan Elliott site. I think I did. I think I saw it on the site because I don't ever remember it being in the magazines. I could be completely wrong. I may have missed it, but at that point, I was buying Cross Stitch Gold all the time. So I'm not 100% certain, but I bought that one. So again, I'll put a snapshot up in that one. So that one will be fine because I haven't started that one. It will eventually get started. Now, the reason I bought those two, obviously, was because I've already got a whip of Paris. Now, Paris currently, though, is not as a PDF through Pulse Stitches. So I'm going to keep an eye out for Paris to come in as a PDF. But I can show you what Paris looks like, because Paris is a current whip. And when I find the picture... So this one's Paris. Actually, looking at that, the skyline's green. It probably won't matter. I can probably do the black like the New York. So this is Paris. Bit of a glare. There we go. So I started Paris back in, when did I start Paris? 30th of December 2021. This came from Cross Stitch Gold, and did I put the issue number on it anywhere? No, I didn't. Never mind. It would have been around about 97 was Father Frost. Don't know. Anyway, so I did start this in 2021. This is being stitched on 28 count Opal Brittany from Jodiery Designs. And what was the name? Lavender Tea Panna Cotta. So this is where this is at. Oops. At the moment. So my thinking is to finish Paris. Maybe. Or put maybe I don't finish Paris. Maybe I just start one of the others. I don't know yet. But I do want all 4 of them eventually. I finished London a couple of years ago. So now I went to see if I can get my under the bed box out of the wardrobe. And I can't, because we've got so much stuff in there that I just can't reach it without hubby helping. So what I've done is I pulled out the picture. So essentially I want to get all 4 done. And as I said, I've done London. So this is what it was, the chart. This came from Cross Stitch Gold issue 81. So the other ones would have been, they usually had them either the next month or within every 2 or 3 months. So they were all around that time. I started London, and I'll put the picture of the finished version. I started it on the 21st of the 11th, 2020, and I finished it on the 29th of 10th, 2022. So that was one of my focus on finishes for 2022. It was stitched on 28 count Opal Brittany Shadow Moon from Jodiery Designs. So yeah, so that was nice, finished. Really happy to finish that. That was a real big focus for me in 2022 to finish that. Then I started obviously Paris and the other ones I want to start too. So yeah, and that's it. So that is and I still managed to do 45 minutes, so that's not too bad. So hopefully I'll get this up today. There's not going to be a huge amount of editing, hopefully, with this one being just only a small number of whips. So I'll get them done, get it up today, and I will endeavour to come back again in a week. Catch you later. Bye.